The birth of some children is celebrated by a family, but the birth of Shiloh Jolie-Pitt was treated as a historic global event. In May 2006, when Angelina Jolie gave birth in the quiet coastal nation of Namibia, the world completely lost its mind. The first biological child of the world's most beautiful and powerful couple was instantly branded the ultimate genetic lottery winner. Her first newborn photographs were sold to mainstream magazines for a record-breaking $7.6 million, money her parents immediately and entirely donated to global charities. From the very second she drew her first breath, Shiloh was not treated just as a baby. She was a multi-million-dollar public commodity, a child destined to inherit the heavy, suffocating crown of the Brangelina legacy. For years, the public viewed her as the ultimate symbol of a Hollywood golden age. But as the world would soon discover, behind the golden blonde hair and those strikingly familiar piercing blue eyes lived a fierce, deeply independent spirit that absolutely refused to be defined by a corporate public relations narrative. Today, we explore the profound, transformative journey of Shiloh Jolie, the daughter who transitioned from a global obsession into a fiercely independent adult, utilizing legal autonomy and artistic passion to quietly dismantle the past and write her own destiny. To truly comprehend the intense, near-impossible pressure under which Shiloh grew up, one must understand the sheer scale of the media gaze focused on her early childhood. Unlike her adopted older siblings who entered the family with existing histories and cultural backgrounds, Shiloh was viewed by the media as the pure physical manifestation of the Brad and Angelina romantic ideal. The public and the paparazzi expected her to be the ultimate Hollywood princess, draped in designer dresses, wearing bows, and walking perfectly on the red carpet. But Shiloh completely rejected the industry's gender expectations from the moment she could speak and express her will. By the age of 3, she expressed a clear, unyielding preference for boys' clothing, short haircuts, and tailored suits. Instead of suppressing her daughter's identity to please conservative media outlets or preserve a picture-perfect marketing image, Angelina Jolie openly and fiercely embraced Shiloh's choices. Jolie famously revealed in interviews that Shiloh wanted to be a boy, preferred to wear ties, and requested to be called John or Peter. This progressive parenting choice ignited massive international debates about gender expression and identity, thrusting a young child into the harsh center of a complex cultural war. Through it all, Shiloh remained completely unfazed. She walked alongside her parents in sharp tuxedos and military jackets, displaying a level of confidence and raw authenticity that completely bewildered the paparazzi. This early foundation of self-determination and emotional bravery proved crucial when her entire world fractured in September 2016. At just 10 years old, Shiloh was old enough to deeply process the devastating, messy reality of her parents' toxic separation, yet young enough to be legally caught in the crossfire of an endless, agonizing custody battle. For years, tabloid headlines claimed that Shiloh was the child most deeply affected by the division, often portraying her as the sensitive, fragile peacemaker who desperately wanted her parents to stop fighting. High-priced public relations campaigns frequently hinted that Brad Pitt maintained a special, unbreakable bond with his biological daughter, suggesting that she would be the emotional bridge to an eventual family reconciliation. But as the legal war dragged on for nearly a decade, shifting from messy custody disputes to bitter corporate battles over asset division and winery ownership, Shiloh's internal perspective was quietly shifting away from the media's projections. She was growing up, watching the reality of the situation behind closed doors, and forming her own independent conclusions. While the courtrooms burned with legal animosity and the world debated her family's future, Shiloh found her ultimate emotional sanctuary far away from the lawyers and the cameras, in the gritty, exhausting world of elite dance studios in Los Angeles. In her mid-teens, footage of Shiloh training began to circulate online, quickly going viral across global platforms. The videos revealed a completely different side of the Hollywood heir. Dressed in oversized streetwear, completely sweat-drenched, and moving with intense, raw synchronization, Shiloh displayed an undeniable, natural talent for hip-hop and contemporary dance. What amazed onlookers was her humility. She didn't use her parents' massive wealth to buy a record deal, launch a reality show, or secure an easy, unearned movie role. Instead, she stood in the back of crowded dance rooms, earning her place through hours of exhausting physical labor and discipline. Dance became her voice, a visceral, non-verbal medium through which she could release the immense pressure of her family name and express the chaotic emotions of her adolescent years. Through movement, she wasn't Brad Pitt's daughter or Angelina Jolie's twin. She was an individual claiming her own physical space, processing her trauma through rhythm and sweat. The true, defining manifestation of her independent spirit, however, occurred on a day of immense symbolic significance, her 18th birthday. In May 2024, the exact moment she achieved legal adulthood and officially escaped the jurisdiction of the family court system, Shiloh did something that permanently shattered the public narrative. Without warning her father or leaking the story to publicists, she hired her own independent legal counsel, deliberately, paying for the legal services with her own money, earned from her work, and filed an official petition with the Los Angeles Superior Court to legally drop Pitt from her surname. She did not seek a dramatic media spectacle. She quietly submitted the paperwork, fulfilling a mandatory California legal requirement by publishing the name change announcement in the public notices section of a local newspaper. Her legal statement was crystal clear to the entire world. She was officially, legally, and permanently choosing to be known simply as Shiloh Jolie. This calculated, independent legal action was a profound, seismic turning point in the Jolie-Pitt family saga. While Maddox chose icy silence and Pax unleashed an explosive emotional attack on social media, Shiloh deployed the cold, unyielding power of the law to declare her total independence. By taking this decisive step on the very first day of her legal adulthood, she completely neutralized years of public relations spin that attempted to use her image as a pawn in her father's public redemption narrative. It was a declaration of absolute autonomy, proving that her loyalty belonged entirely to the mother who protected her freedom of expression since she was a toddler, and to the siblings who walked through the fire by her side. Today, Shiloh Jolie stands on the absolute precipice of a brilliant, self-directed future. She has successfully navigated the psychological minefield of being the world's most famous child by completely refusing to play the traditional Hollywood game. She has bypassed the hollow, predatory world of influencer celebrity, choosing instead to ground herself in genuine artistic discipline, legal self-determination, and fierce familial solidarity. Alongside her brothers and sisters, she has helped solidify an unbreakable, unified front, ensuring that the next generation of her family is defined by genuine personal choice, rather than inherited trauma. From the chaotic media circus of her historic birth in Namibia to the dignified legal courtrooms of Los Angeles, Shiloh has proven that the greatest inheritance you can ever claim is not a famous last name or a massive fortune. It is the absolute, unyielding freedom to decide exactly who you are,